Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to Drive That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof.
G'day, legends. How you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Crank.com and with that metalstation.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it's a great pleasure that I'm having a chat with Jennifer Haben, vocalist for German symphonic metal band Beyond the Black, who are due to release their 5th studio album, aptly named Beyond the Black, 13th of January through Nuclear Blast. Jennifer, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me and for your interest.
It must be great to finally get this out. I know you've had a busy few years and the world has been all over the place, but it must be not only good to get this release out for you as a band, but also the first one through Nuclear Blast too.
Oh, yeah, of course. A lot of stuff is very new for us. So it feels like kind of a new start. And we're so excited to really do that. And now with all the promotion and all of that stuff that we, can now tour with our stuff again.
Yeah, well, you've been very, very busy. I will dive into the album, but I wouldn't mind talking about a couple of things that you've done through the year. And in particular, the tour you had with Amaranth and also that collab you did together on Make It Better. And it's not only the first time you have worked together as well. Tell me a little bit about that collaboration on that track.
On that track, I didn't know how we got to this, to be honest. I know that we were doing some shows together in Finland, I think. So there is where we just met. We didn't know each other personally, but we had some ideas to maybe do some stuff together and see if we like each other. And it was amazing. So it was great. The first time we were asking Elise if she would do a feature for us on the previous album. Wounded Healer, yeah. And I think Elise has just an incredible voice, one of the best voices in this genre. So I was glad that she did it and she really made it better. So it was great to do the feature on their album as well. And we did both songs on the tour as well, and we had a lot of fun with that. And and also the whole tour, it was like 6 weeks of having fun, and just you could feel it in the air that everyone was so thankful, and that was just an incredible tour for us and the best that I've ever played.
Yeah, certainly did look like a lot of fun. And tell me a little bit about the Origins, the online acoustic experience, because that was a really nice performance as well, something the fans could sit at home and watch as well, especially if you haven't got to get the tour there as well.
Yeah, I know that a lot of bands and artists out there tried to entertain the people at home with some streaming stuff and on Instagram live streams, or I don't know. But also some bands did some bigger live streams, and we tried to do something super special that we've never did before. So we didn't want to do a normal show because I think for a normal show you need like the big boxes and the sound and all that stuff. So for us, an acoustic show would have been perfect for this. So we rearranged, 12 songs. And I think it took us 6 months of preparing everything, and of course acoustic guitars and all of that stuff, trying to do that in other tunings and all of that stuff. So it was a lot of work, but it was such an amazing thing for us that also got us as a band together. And also we had something to do during this time, and that was very good for us as well.
And some good guests dropping in as well, so it really is worth getting over and watching that as well. The Feuerschwanz and Extremo and Elevate, geez, such good bands. Those wearing really good features too.
Oh yeah.
And jump forward to this album. Tell me a little bit about when you started working on this album, because it seems like you've almost jumped straight from Horizons in between all the tours and everything, because we're catching up back on again after COVID knocked that out. You managed to get this album out as well. Tell me a little bit about this process.
always, when we're finishing an album and when we're releasing it, I try to continue doing something new, or we are trying this. So, but this time we had to face some questions that I think everyone really had the time to think about some deeper questions like, okay, where do I stand? What is what I want? And something like this. Is this what I'm doing right now really what I want? So we did this for ourselves personally, but also for Beyond the Black. Okay, what is Beyond the Black and what do we want to be? And how do we want to sound? Of course, you always are on every album you're doing or asking yourself these questions, but I think that this time we really had the time to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think, and also we had the time to do that before we were writing new stuff and recording and all of that, so we knew exactly what we wanted before working on it. So on Horizons, for example, that was a process. We were experiencing all the stuff, and we found out during the process how we want to sound or something. And that was a good thing, because in my personal life, it was more like an experimental thing in my personal life, and also on the album, working with different people, with different producers and all that stuff. That was something that was cool for this time. But for this new album, we exactly knew what we wanted before we were starting, and that, I think you can hear that on the album as well. So all of that was done by a team, by one team, like our producers, my guitarist, and me. So we wanted to have this to really make it sound like one big piece, one big picture. And I think you can hear that, and you can see it in the videos as well. It's one big storyline. And
did you feel then, sorry to jump in there, Jennifer, but did you feel like with this album, having that core team worked out, that it was more kind of what the direction you were working on, and you had less outside influence maybe going, hey, kind of you should be doing this or sounding like this? Did you feel that you could be more yourself on this release? Or
I'm not sure if it's more ourselves or somebody who wants to do something with us, but of course with a new label, a new team, they don't know us as much as the label before, so we could start from zero. So they had to just see what we want to do and then trying to do something with that. So of course a lot of stuff changed for this album, that feels like a new start as well. But I think especially our confidence was differently than normally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having the time to really answer ourselves these questions changed a lot, I think.
And also putting in all the last how many years of hard work since you've kind of hit on that scene with that debut album. You've been nonstop festivals, and you've put in that hard work, growing the fan base. And with each album, you're growing more listeners, growing more fans as well. Because I know I didn't hear of Beyond the Black till I heard that Horizons album. And then when this one came along, I'm like, was really excited as well. But for you as a band, it must be exciting too, seeing that it's growing each time, and all these years of hard work, not only album time away from the family and festivals, it is starting to pay off, because it is all really growing now for you going forward.
Yeah, of course. It's amazing, especially after these 3 years of doing nothing. And of course, we were afraid that people wouldn't know us anymore if we would do nothing, or I don't know. Every single band had that problem, I think, if you're not like the biggest bands, of course. But but everyone was asking these questions, and of course, we had a lot of fear. as well, but seeing that the people are there and more than ever is the best feeling ever. Also with the tour, we're so happy, and it was such a successful tour when you're thinking about these past years. So yeah, we're on cloud seven at the moment.
Yeah, it would have definitely made you miss it and really appreciate the whole touring again, just kind of having that little bit of downtime in between. And then coming out of the blocks of that Reincarnation track, I think that was the first single off the album, wasn't it? It's like, bam, here we go. It was instantly, this is what you, and I could see from all the comments just on those YouTube videos alone, everyone was like, damn, this is good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. And it's kind of the first time where the haters were super quiet. So that was something that I didn't expect, because I always I'm searching for haters. Yeah. Since the beginning of Beyond the Black, there were always like comments, okay, I don't know how they do all of this with the success, and I don't know, and they didn't trust anything. But I think we did a lot of stuff that convinced a lot of people that we really want this.
Yeah.
Really want to be in this genre, really want to do what we want and what love, and all the nerdy stuff that we're combining now with our music. I think this is just the thing that the people can feel, that everything is going like this also in our hearts. So yeah, maybe this is why the haters are so quiet right now.
Yeah, well, a big to the haters anyway. That's what I think, because I've talked about this before. Those same people hating on it probably haven't bought an album for 20 years and sitting there and still discussing Metallica or Megadeth. Just get over it. You can play both of them, mate. It's totally okay, and you can crank up Beyond the Black. The second single, tell me about the second single. Is there anybody out there? Because that's the start of it, and it hooks you straight away. I love whole albums, and this album is just full of hooks and had me right from the start to the finish. But can you tell me about the opening track on there?
I think Anybody Out There is a perfect live song. And also, I think this special sound that we have in the beginning, in the intro and something, that is something that is polarizing a lot. So a lot of people are commenting what they hear when or what they see when they hear it. So that is super funny. All the comments, I was laughing so hard because it's just an exhale electronic sound in the system. So but yeah, they see like clown stuff, or I don't know, and this is the most funny thing that I've seen from our songs. But I think that is one thing that we also learned from Horizons, doing some electronic stuff and all of that, to have something that the people maybe at the first hear or first listen, that they think, okay, what is that? I don't know if I like it or not. And after 3 times, 4 times, they say, okay, that's super catchy. So I really love it. So this is what we wanted with this song. And I think a lot of people were writing that exactly this was happening with them. So we're happy about it. But we know also that there are people out there that don't like the sound and don't want to hear or listen to that song then, but that's okay too. So they listen to the other songs.
That's the one. You can listen to stuff and not agree with it, not have to make 500 posts about it, people. It's totally okay. You just go to the next track, which is good, and the whole album's really good.
Yeah, and it's not getting boring. So it's not super boring. And that is also something that is super important for me, that you're listening to all the songs and not saying, oh, everything is kind of the same. And I think this is something that always I wanted to have some different styles, some different cultures, even if for me, this album sounds like one picture, as I said before. So all fits together, and it's not like every single song stands for itself. It feels like one thing, but still it has this variety in every single song. So for me it feels like that, and I hope that people see it like that as well.
Yeah, well, I'm one that still loves listening to whole albums. For me, when I've like put this album in, I got this about a day or two ago to have a listen for this interview, and I was absolutely floored. I'd heard the singles off it as well, and I was like, they're super catchy, but also the other tracks that you hadn't released yet. And if people grab the CDs and the vinyl and the special edition stuff, you get bonus tracks. And I like that you didn't go with the singles that you released for like the I Remember Dying. You done that one as the bonus track on there, and Wide Awake as a piano version, which I really, for myself, I want to get this too and have a listen to as well. And the Raise Your Head, the string version. When it came to those choices, was a pretty obvious choice that, look, we're not going to go with these main singles that were released. We're going to go with something different off of the album for the bonus tracks, or?
Yes, of course. That was one thought as well. That because we want to do something more with these three bonus tracks as well. But I think also these three songs are so different from each other, so that you could really do something special, like this string version, and also piano. I love piano ballads, so Wide Awake was written like a piano ballad, so yeah, it was obvious to do this version as well. But I Remember Dying was very special. I didn't know that we could do something like also nerdy again, because of course Stranger version, you know, it's from Stranger Things inspired. So I was totally in Stranger Things during the last time, so yeah, it was obvious that I would try it, but that it would work out like this, then I didn't know that before. But yeah, I'm super glad we did this.
Yeah, and that's where it comes back to listening to whole albums as well. You know, you get these little tracks and these little bonus tracks as well that you don't necessarily get when you're just going on the digital streaming platforms. Yeah. Tell me about the latest single, Dancing in the Dark, because that one is a really cool track. It also does feature some really cool live performances on the film clip too as well.
Yeah, we recorded the music video at our tour with Amaranth. So this was very special because we didn't release the song before, so we were playing it on tour without the people knowing anything. And I had a big gong drum, so I was doing the rhythm on that thing, and the people were clapping with me, and that was super special. So these were the best moments, or one of the best moments during the show. So I'm glad that you can also see that the people are smiling and having fun. And even if we're always talking about some tough moments, some dark moments, we always have some kind of hope. And I think especially on that song, you can see it in the crowd, you can see it in the faces, you can see it in our faces. So that was something that I always or also wanted to have for this album. So we always have like some nerdy dark storylines and reincarnation and all of that stuff, but yeah, having these smile moments as well is good to have, and very special for me.
Yeah, it's really great to see these live performance videos as well, and seeing the crowd, the interaction between yous and the fans as well. You've got also some really cool festivals coming up already booked in 2023. You're at the Metal Fest Open Air. You're at Nova, that's in Czech Republic, Nova Fest in Austria, and Minus Rock in Germany as well. So you're going to be flat out next year, I suppose, once this album released on 30th of January. You've probably got a whole swag of tours on the cards. Any chance of getting down under in the future?
Yeah, we're trying all the time.
I know it's tough. It's tough at the moment too.
Yeah, the moment is a problem as well, because of course you know that the music industry is fucked up still, financially and all of that stuff. So it was a big risk to play this tour with Amaranth as well, but we wanted to do it, and we're glad we did it. But
the European fans are crazy though. They're much that scene over in Europe. Like everybody around the world is kind of a little secretly jealous of the European metal scene. It must be good being a band over there as well. All the great bands you can not only play with, tour with, but it's just a really healthy scene, it seems like.
Yeah, it is. So we could do it, but we still have to do, or we want to do another tour in Europe. But also, if there is an opportunity where we don't lose like a house of money, then we will of course go to Australia and in North America, South America, all of that stuff. We really want to do it, but of course we have to have a great opportunity to do it.
Everyone needs to go buy the album and make it go #1, I think. I know you got pretty close over in Germany as well. I think the last one was #3, or what did you get up on there? This one, I'm hoping tops that one for #3 over in Germany. So if we can get it done #1 in Australia, #1 in Germany, #1 worldwide, then it will happen, people. Go buy the bloody album.
Oh, people, everyone who's seeing this or listening to this, if you're buying a CD or a box or I don't know, maybe we can come to your country.
That's it. And the pre-order packs do look amazing. The vinyl, the CD, the merch, the whole bloody lot of it. Everyone chucking the pre-orders. Highlights for 2022 as we round out the year. I know it's been a big year for you all. What are some highlights for the year?
For next year?
Oh, for this year. What have been some of your highlights for this year?
Oh, I would say the first festival that we played, Grass Pop, was very special because it was the first time that we saw people standing together again and drinking beers together and all of that. So that was amazing and the best feeling. But then the tour, seeing our own fans singing with us together, getting the energy from them, getting back and forth and back and forth, the best feeling in the world. So I think playing live again is our highlight of the year.
Nice. We are going to sign out there. Beyond the Black, their latest album does come out 13th of January. It's been an absolute pleasure, Jennifer. Everyone grab it, put it in the stereos, crank it really loud. The neighbors are going to want to hear this as well. Do you have any last words, shout outs or thank yous or anything else you'd like to add in there, my friend?
I just want to say thanks for everyone who's supporting his favorite band. If you like us, you can support us as well, of course, buy merch or I don't know. There are a lot of ways. We're happy about everything, or just stream our stuff. Everything helps. So thank you so much for everything, and we hope to see you guys in person very soon.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jennifer, from Crank, that metal station, and everybody watching now, Beyond the Black, and yourself. Have a Merry Christmas. Cheers, mate.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.